YouTube, what's the deal? It's your girl Jahira, and I am back. Hey everybody. Um, y'all, it's been a lot going on. I can't even lie. It has been a lot going on. I I went to New York for a ball, for a very, very high profile ball. And the short version of an incredibly long story that none of us are going to live long enough to be able to actually get through is that I ended up catching a viral infection, and I was coughing and coughing and coughing, and I couldn't breathe for coughing so much. And I was put on antibiotics, and then I had to get back to Kentucky, which was 17 hours on a bus, which no person in their right mind should ever do when they're sick. And I'm hoarse as a result of all this coughing, so I don't know. I don't know how much of this y'all are going to be able to hear or comprehend, and I really won't know until I go back and listen to the tape. But this is the reason behind my delay. But God has just been showing me so much lately in the way of life lessons. And you know that I'm very, and always have been very firmly convicted in the notion that what you learn in this life, you are then called to teach to somebody else. And y'all, I don't have a real structural basis behind this video, but I'm praying it blesses somebody. Because something happened tonight, and I had to impart it onto you. My daughter, my 21-year-old daughter, Chloe, whom some of y'all may remember from videos past, ended up going to the store tonight with my debit card to get cigarettes or something of that nature. Anyway, I should preface this by saying, or at least state parenthetically, that it's just a New York mentality anymore. I don't keep cash on me. Like, I literally, and I was thinking about this before I turned the camera on, I cannot remember the last time that I held like $60 in my hand in cash. I don't do it. Like, I always put, you know what I mean? It's safer, it's less messy. I always lose stuff, and like, it's just, if it's on my card, I know it's there. And so, the somewhat abridged version of this story is that she was walking home when she realized that she was, now mind you, this is like a 10-minute walk at the absolute most. I mean, she's young, she's slim, she walks fast. It might be 7 minutes. But she was walking home from the gas station when she realized that she was being followed by a man in a pickup truck. And she ended up, again, short version, long story, she ended up going to light a cigarette for herself. And when she pulled the cigarettes out of the pocket of her jeans, my card apparently came out with it, which she didn't realize until she was closer to home. And then she saw, at one point, she had seen the guy getting out of the truck. By the time she got back to where she believed she dropped it, he was already driving off and took my card with him. This card had, every dollar that I currently have to my name on it. So, of course, she got home. She was in a panic. And I was lying down, and she woke me up, and she told me about it. I called my company. I reported it. Da-da-da-da-da. They're sending one out next week. And I am flat broke currently, but I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is my first thought upon having the story relayed to me had nothing to do with the money. It had everything to do with my 21-year-old, 5'5" tiny, teeny, tiny, tiny, tiny little girl was followed home. Well, was being followed by a strange man. And y'all, it got me to thinking about, you know what I mean? The money is going to come back. The money, will take care of itself. And I will make do until it comes. But we are living in such scary times. We are living in times where things like Sandy Hook can occur. And we are living in times where people who deny things like Sandy Hook vocalize their opinions and their conspiracy theories. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is we all, I pray, need to get a firmer grasp on the things that are really important. My daughter is a young woman of trans experience. She is a trans woman. And I realize that for a lot of you, I am the only link to that community that you might have. So I will say to you, in the event that I haven't said it before, or in the event that you just haven't thought about it, the fear of being a woman of transgender experience, walking strange streets alone at night, is exacerbated exponentially when you are a woman of trans experience. To be a woman walking alone is difficult and frightening in and of itself. But when you are dealing with the possibility of sexual harassment leading to sexual assault, and then to have your anatomy uncovered, potentially, again, this is all hypothetical, but it really oftentimes can be the difference between rape and murder. And my daughter at 21 years old, because me at 21 years old, you think that you're invincible. You swear that you can conquer the world and that nobody is ever going to press you. Nobody's ever going to test your gangster. Nobody's ever going to approach you in a threatening manner because you are just such a formidable force. And it takes, for me, it took about another 8 years. I had to get to about 29, 30 before I realized what an idiot I was at 21. And so I don't expect her to be there yet. But as a mother, my heart stopped. And so I have no money. But I have my daughter. And nothing happened. And what could have been a million times worse wasn't. So I guess it's just encouraging people to take hold of their priorities and recognize, in the grand scheme of things, what is really important. So I hope this helped. I know this was a bit of a ramble, but I just had to get it out of my head. I hope you guys are well. Please pray for my voice. I'd like for it to come back. And I love you. I will talk to you very soon. One love.